Hello Live Wires, Heather Boyd Wire here. Today we're going to make some cute little bird's nest rings. What you're going to need for this project are your cutters. I have some fine round nose pliers. I have tweezer nose pliers, they're flat. I have looping pliers with different sizes of rounds on them. I have my artistic wire in 22 gauge, 18 gauge, and 20 gauge. And I have some beads, the 4mm miracle beads and the 6mm cat's eye beads. I also have my favorite handy dandy stepped ring mandrel. For the first ring, I'm just going to take about 12 inches of 18 gauge wire, and I'm going to start by bending this one down, and then I'm going to form a little tail with this one. So we don't want to make it too big. We're just going to go that way, and then that way, and then we're going to bring this one out here, form a little bit of a belly, and then bend this one out for the beak. And I want the beak to be quite sharp, so I'm going to take my flat pliers and just push it to bend it back. It would be easier to get more detail with 20 gauge wire, but I do want this to be quite solid. So we're just going to bring this one around, pinch it a bit, and then we'll just hold this with the round pliers, bend it up. So that's what we have so far for the bird. And then we're going to form the head. I'm going to flip it over so I can access it better, bring it down, bring it in a little more if you need to. And then we'll bend this one back, and then we can form a wing around. We're going to bring this one down, and then we can just bend this one like a sharp angle. For the wing, I'm going to make a bit of a spiral. You can get some larger round pliers or the looping pliers. Bring this one around. So there's the wing. Then we'll just spiral it in a little bit. So we're just going to take this one. Like I said, it's a little hard to get the detail with the 18 gauge wire. I'm going to bring that one in here. And then we're just going to make a little loop at the end. Bring this one around. Bring it around down so it looks something like that. I nicked it a little bit, but if you separate these wires more, you'll have less trouble with that. So push that one down, adjust it so it fits in there, clip it flush. Sometimes you have to bend it to get it out. And then just take your flat pliers and squeeze it down. So that's what we have so far. And then we're going to take our ring mandrel, go to the size you want, and we're going to go around once. And then I'm going to do a full turn. If the wire's stiff enough, you can just do a single turn. But if you're worried about it not being strong enough, you can go around a second time. Give it a good squeeze. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make a bird's nest, but I need to be able to secure it in place. So I'm going to do a couple of loops just to anchor down the bird's nest. So go underneath there, and we'll start by doing one loop first. Just bring it around. You really don't need it very big, so just, you can start it like that, and then you can give it a little bit of a tug. So you're just going to have to fit a 22 gauge wire in there. It doesn't have to be very big at all. And then the same thing here. We can do another one. This is just so we have a couple of places to secure the 22 gauge wire. So bring it in. Again, you can give it a little bit of a tug. So now we're just going to clip that off, and we'll just push this in so it's flush. You can also put it back on the ring mandrel just to make sure it's going to sit in place. We'll put it at the side, and I'm going to get the 22 gauge wire. You can get about 18 inches of 22 gauge wire and just put on your beads. I'm going to use 4mm miracle beads. I don't want them to be too big. So now we're just going to put these down a little bit. And some of you probably have made these bird's nests before. They're pretty popular on YouTube. So you can just start by putting the 3 together like that. And then after that, we can just bring this one around, and then we'll just take the ends and stick them through the loops here. So one in there, and then one in here, So that way they're already positioned on here, and all we have to do is form our nest now. You could do some of the winding first if you prefer, or you can put it on the ring and do your winding after. So the other thing you can do is just secure it at the side a little bit. So we're going to take this one, bring it in a couple of times, just because we don't want it twisting all over the place. So twist it around a couple of times. And then now we're just going to go around and start to form our nest. So the idea is it's quite messy. You can just like go around here, do any kind of configuration you like. The messier the better. It's fine if the wire's crinkly. That's the idea. You really want it messy to look like the bird's nest, that it's just kind of like woven together. The other thing you can do is go up from underneath the bird's nest, take the wire up, grab the end, and bring it around. When you have an end to finish off, you can either bring it around here and clip it, or you could wind it inside the nest and clip it. So we're just going to take that, clip it, just pinch it closed. And then from this one, if you want to continue kind of winding it in there, you can just take your wire, go in there, wherever you see a place that you can wind the wires in, and then go up and through there. You're just going to have to wiggle it in until you see a space for it to wind inside. So we have 1, 2, 3, and that looks good. You don't need too much wire. And then from there, you can bring it back over here and wind it around a couple of more times. So you can keep going till you finish your wire, or you can just clip it off. And then from here, you want to get that sharp end in, and then you can push it underneath the nest. Oh my goodness, it's adorable. I actually hadn't made a sample of this. This is the first time making this. I'd sketched it out, but I'd never made one before. So you guys are on the ground floor of this design. So here we go. Super cute little bird and a bird's nest. So if you want to just do the bird, you can get 20 gauge wire, and we can start it in the same way, where we're going to start with the tail and just bend it up and around, and we're just going to take this one out, and then we're just going to take this, bend it. You want the bend to be quite sharp. You can pinch it in a bit, and then we're just going to take the round pliers, bring it up, so that's the beginning of the bird, and then bring this one back down. So there's the head. And then we're going to bend this out and down for the wing. And we'll use our tweezer nose pliers to bend this straight up. You can make a sharp bend. And then we're going to form the wing like we did before. You can just go around with the little round pliers too. Again, with the tweezer nose pliers, bend it straight up. There, push it in. And we're just going to bring this one around down again. And that's what we have so far. Clip that one there. And then we're just going to pinch this in so it's flat. So there's a little birdie. And then we're going to get our ring mandrel, bring it around. If having one band with a 20 gauge wire is too thin, we can wind it around a few times. And if you want this ring to be adjustable, we just won't close the end. We're just going to push it out there. And what we can do is just clip it a little to one side of the center back. And we don't want this end to be sharp. I'll bend it down. And just like a really teeny little loop there, pinch it in. You could even like push those closer together if you prefer. Otherwise, you can just wear it like that with the little bird on the wire. If you just want to do a bird's nest, just take about a 18 to 24 inch piece of 20 gauge wire. It's quite soft, this one, and put on 3 6mm beads. We'll leave about 6 inches on the end, and we're just going to take this around. Just start by making a bit of a triangle, and then we're going to form our bird's nest. So just bring it around. Keep it really loose. It's good that the wire is soft, because if the wire is too stiff, it'll be really hard to make a nice kind of wind. And we want it to be like a little bit uneven. So go like over, under, over, under. And then once you get towards the end, we're just going to take this wire and start winding it through. So we're just going to bring it through and keep this really loose. Around and around. You could even use more wire if you want it more detailed. I'm just winging it here. Go around one more time. Grab it with these pliers if it's easier. Whenever you've run out of wire, just give it a little clip the end and it'll stay inside there. If you want the end hidden, just poke it underneath there. And then from there, we're going to just make the ring with that bit. So we're going to put it on the ring mandrel. The wire's quite soft, so I would advise going around a couple of times. And then this one, wherever the wire is on that side, we'll just bring it up on the opposite side. Stick it back on the ring mandrel. From there, you can give it a little tug. Bring it over here. Remove it from the ring cone. And then from there, you can just bring it through the ring. Take your pliers, push it in, and then just wind it around a couple of times to hold it in place. Clip it. Push that one down. You can push it underneath. Put it back on the ring mandrel. It's always good to adjust it again. And if you find these wires are too regular looking, you can go in with your pliers and just do like little bends around. When you're winding it, make sure you keep it really loose so you have a little bit of slack with these wires. Keep pinching them around, little flick of the wrist. Then when you're happy with it, just remove it, and there you have your cute little bird's nest ring. So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making videos. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live and when I post new videos. And if you'd like to share photos of your wire art and jewelry, be sure to join the Wire Makers Club on Facebook. And if you'd like to check out our work on Etsy, my husband and I specialize in custom wedding cake toppers and funky jewelry. I also have a mailing list, so if you'd like to submit your email, I will send you my free Wire Art Essentials ebook. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you the next time.